सत्सङ्गत्वे निस्सङ्गत्वं निस्सङ्गत्वे निर्मोहत्वं निर्मोहत्वे निश्चलतत्वं निश्चलतत्वे जीवन्मुक्तिः पुनरपि जननं पुनरपि मरणं पुनरपि जननी जठरे शयनम् इह संसारे बहुदुस्तारे कृपया पारे पाहि मुरा।
श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शंकराचार्य मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। नारायणः परो व्यक्तादण्डमव्यक्तसम्भवम् अण्डस्यान्तस्तु मे लोका सप्तद्वीपा च मेदिनी। श्री भगवान् उवाच इदं शरीरं कौन्तेय क्षेत्रमित्यभिधीयते एतद्यो वेत्ति तं प्राहुः क्षेत्रज्ञ इति तद्विदः। So in this 13th chapter, we have covered one of the very important topics, that is Adhyaropa Apavada, in the 13th and 14th shlokas, where Nirguna Brahman has been first presented as something which is appearing along with the attributes of the entire creation, both Chara and Achara. That was the Adhyaropa part, but that is not the ultimate true nature of absolute nature of Nirguna Brahman. So what was attributed to Brahman has to be negated, and that has taken place in the 14th shloka. Sarvendriya gunabhasam sarvendriya vivarjitam asaktam sarvabhritchaiva nirgunam gunabhoktacha. So after having presented this Brahman as something which is absolutely free from any of the upadhis of the creation and totally unconnected to creation, now some more methods or means by which we can appreciate the existence of that Brahman are being stated in the sequel. So the 15th shloka is this: Bahirantascha bhutanam acharam charam evacha Sushmatvat tadavignayam durastham cha antike cha tat. So Bahirantascha bhutanam. Bhutanam means the entire creation, all beings, especially here the living beings. That is Jiva Rashi or the Chetana Rashi is taken into account. Bahirantascha bhutanam. That is that Nirguna Brahman is pervading the entire creation, and it is outside and inside the jivas. That is, jiva means it is someone endowed with a body. So it is outside the body and also inside the body. And charamevacha, it is also the bodies also. So it is not only Brahman is pervading the outside of the bodies and inside of the bodies, but Brahman is pervading the bodies also. So the dividing factor between the outside and inside is the body. So the body also is stated to be Brahman here. Sukshmatvat tadavignayam, since it is extremely subtle, even though it is pervading the entire creation outside the body, inside the body, and also the body, it is still not easily cognizable or perceptible because it is extremely subtle. Sukshmatvat tadavignayam durastham cha antike cha tate. It is very, very far, and it is also very, very close. So it is very far, and far and close are both relative to each other. So it is very far to those who are not prepared to comprehend the sadhana of Shastra, Shravana, Manana, and Nididhyasanam. And it is very, very close to those people who have subjected themselves to this sadhana. So this is how it is presented in this shloka. So in the Bhashyam, Bhagavad Pada says, Bahihi Tvakparyantam Deham Atmatvena Avidyakalpitam Apekshya Tameva Avidyam Kritva Bahihi Uchate. So when it is stated, when the word outside is stated, what it means is limit for the outside, for saying it is outside, is the body. So bahihi tvakparyantam deham, that is the body which is up to the skin. Skin is the outermost layer of the body. So up to the skin, the body. So the body means the sukshma deham inside the body and the sthula deham, and the whole person who is endowed with the sthula and sukshma shariram. His limit is the outside outermost skin. Tvakparyantam deham atmatvena avidya kalpitam. So this body which is constituting the sukshma shariram and sthula shariram, this body has been taken to be the self by due to avidya. So avidya kalpitam, when avidya kalpitam, apekshya tameva avadim kritva bahihi uchyate. So when the word bahi, that is outside, is meant, the body is the limit. So this body is been taken to be the relatively the limit of the limit for specifying the limit of the of Brahman. So outside means it is limited naturally. So it's not actually limited finally, but then this outside, inside, and the body, all this will be ultimately shown to be Brahman itself. So apekshya tameva avadim kritva. So the limit is being stated as the body. With taking the body to be the limit, the word external or outside is mentioned here. Then tatha pratyagatmanam apekshya dehameva avadim kritva antaha uchyate. When it is stated to be inside, when Brahman is stated to be inside, what does that inside mean? So the inside also has got a limit. So that limit is pratyagatman, that is the pure self is the limit. Outside this pure self is the body. So pratyagatmanameva apekshya pratyagatmanam apekshya. So body itself is the limit, or the body itself is the limit for the outside and the inside. So outside body is the skin is the outermost, and inside the ultimate, the limit is the the Atman Swarupam, that is the Sakshi Swarupam, which is beyond the five koshas. So the ultimate kosha, that is the Anandamaya kosha, is the limit for the inside. So, and beyond that is the self. And that self actually, even though it is stated to be inside the body, it is actually outside the body. It doesn't have any limitations at all. And it is the body also. In the sense, body is also superimposed on the body, on Brahman. So naturally, everything that is superimposed on Brahman is really Brahman alone. But the superimposition is false, or it is negated. So antaha uchyate. Bahirantascha ityukte madhye abhave prapte idam uchyate. So when outside and inside have been stated, what is the one which is what about the body, which is the limit, which is the delimiting factor for the outside and inside? So then that question arises, madhye abhave prapte. So when the question, the person who understands this can come to the conclusion that, okay, Brahman is outside the body and inside the body, and where the body stands, Brahman is not there. Brahman is absent. So that kind of understanding or misunderstanding can happen. So to ward off that misunderstanding, Bhagavan himself says that acharam charamevacha, yate characharam dehabhasam api tadeva jneyam yatha rajusarpa bhasaha. So now Bhagavad Pada makes a very grand statement here. So the moving and the unmoving bodies, moving, normally what we take is the chara prapancha is the jivas which can move from one place to another, and achara is jivas that cannot move from one place to another. It is stay put in one place. Like, for example, a tree. In our Vedanta, even a tree is considered to be a jiva. There is a jiva enlivening the tree, and the tree is the upadhi which cannot move from one place to another. So that is that's why it's called achara. So chara and achara, the jiva varga is taken as the one which is Brahman itself. So when the body, when Brahman is stated to be outside and inside, the question will arise as what about the body? So a person can conclude that Brahman is absent in that place. No, that is not the case. Brahman is the very body is also a Brahman alone. So acharam charame vacha yati characharam deha bhasam, the body which is appearing to be there, that is also actually tadeva jneyam yatha rajju sarpabhasaha. So he's giving that analogy also of a rope snake. That is, the snake which is appearing is actually the rope itself, because he should have said that there is a rope existing there, but he doesn't cognize the rope there because of some defect. There is not sufficient light there, or his eyesight is not all right. So he concludes that there is a snake there. Instead of saying that there is a rope there, his snake says that there is a snake there. So the snake actually is rope alone. That is the idea. So in other words, the bodies that we see, whether the chara or body or achara body, they are actually Brahman alone appearing as body. It is like just like the rope alone appearing to be the snake. So it makes a very perfect statement by Bhagavan, Bhagavad Pada, giving an analogy also. Yadi acharam charameva cha syat vyavahara vishayam sarvam jneyam kimartham idam iti sarvaihi na vijneyam iti uchyate. So the question now arises is, yadi acharam charameva cha syat vyavahara vishayam sarvam jneyam, if the moving bodies and the static bodies and outside, inside, everything is Brahman alone, vyavahara vishayam, that is vyavahara vishayam sarvam jneyam. Everything that we say as vyavaharikam in the world, that is the transactions that we make in the world with bodies and objects and all that, and outside, inside, everything is Brahman. Kimartham idam iti sarvaihi na vijneyam. How come that Brahman is not recognized? Just like we see in front of us a house or a person and say this, why can't we say, why are we not able to say Brahman is this, or this is Brahman? Why is it so? Because even if it is so very available everywhere, why is it that we are not able to cognize it as this? It is sarvaihi na vijneyam. Why is it everybody is not able to cognize it as this? But the answer is given is Satyam. Sarvabhasam tat tathapi vyomavati sukshmam. Even though it is everywhere available, sarva abhasam, that is sarva abhasam means it is available everywhere. It is if there's the one which is very clearly available everywhere, tathapi vyomavati sukshmam. It is very, very subtle, like the space or ether. Ether does not have a quality of being touched or being seen with the eyes, or it cannot be tasted, it cannot be smelled and all that. So that way, ether is beyond these five senses. In the same way, Brahman is also beyond the five senses, and that's why we are not able to cognize it over senses. Ataha sukshmatvat svena rupena tate jneyamapi avijneyam avidusham. So because it is sukshmam, it is very, very subtle. Even though it is knowable by itself, it is knowable in the sense through the proper pramana of the Vedanta, yet it is avijneyam avidusham. It is still unknowable for the ignorant ones. Vidusham tu atmaivedam sarvam brahmaivedam sarvam ityadi pramanataha nityam vijnatam. For those who are enlightened, for them Brahman is available for them for everywhere. Is atmaivedam sarvam. That is the idam is the paridrishyamanam jagate. That is the world that we cognize as this. For the jnani, it is all Atman. Atmaiva idam sarvam. All this is Atman alone, says the Chandogya Upanishad. And there is another statement, Brahmaivedam sarvam. Idam means that which is available in front of us for cognition, that is Brahman. That's what the Upanishad says. Ityadi pramanataha nityam vijnayam. For the enlightened, it is always known. Whereas for the ignorant, it is never known at all. So, avijnatataya durastham Varsha Sahasra Kotyapi Avidusham Prapyatvat. So the sloka now concludes by saying, Durastham cha antikecha tate. Those words are being explained here. For the Avijnatataya, since it is not known, not cognized or not realized, it is extremely far. It is not that it is geographically far. No, that's not the idea. It is extremely far in the sense it is unreachable for them or uncognizable for them because they do not apply the proper pramana to know it. So durastham varsha sahasra kotyapi avidusham aprapyatvat. Since it is of this nature for the ignorant, Sahasra Kotyapi, that is infinite, very, very extremely long time, that is eons, even then they will not be able to know Brahman because they have not employed the right pramana to know Brahman. Avidusham aprapyatvat. Antike chatate. So it is also stated to be extremely close. For whom? Atmatvat vidusham. Since it is the very self of the self for the enlightened ones or the knowers, it is extremely close. Even then, the word Antika is also the word. It is a kind of a defect or a lacuna in the availability of the words. That's why it is the word Antikam is stated here, because when you say that when it is somebody or some object is very, very close to you, even then it is Antika only. But then Atman is not something away from you or different from you. So you cannot say that Atman is very close to me. You are Atman. So Atman cannot be stated to be something different and close to me. That's also not possible. But then because of the want of proper word, it is stated as Antika. And to contrast the Durastham. So Antika means it is one's own self and it can't be anything closer than that. It is the one himself is the Atman or Brahman. So Antike Chatate Atmatvati Vidusham, because it is the very self of the knowers. Even if actually Atman or Brahman is the very self of the ignorant ones also. But only thing is they have not known it, whereas the knower has known it. That is the only difference. So this shloka Bahirantascha Bhutanam Acharam Charamevacha Sushmatvat Tadavijnayam Durastam Cha Antike Chatate. So here is shloka number 16 of the 13th chapter. Avibhaktam cha bhuteshu vibhaktamiva cha sthitam bhuta bhartri cha tatneyam grasishnu prabhavishnu cha. Some more qualities or attributes of Nirguna Brahman are being spoken of here, so that one can appreciate the availability of Nirguna Brahman even among ourselves. Avibhaktam cha bhuteshu, that is, Brahman is not divided, it is one whole composite entity, but it is appearing as though it is divided across the various bodies. Because in the bodies alone we are able to recognize Brahman, so it appears that Brahman is available in each body differently, but actually it is one only appearing in so many bodies. Bhuta Bhartricha Tadnyayam. It is the one which is supporting the whole creation, and it is also to be known as something that is the one which withdraws the whole creation within itself. And it is also the one which is the creator of the whole cosmos. In the Bhashya, Bhagavad Pada says, Avibhaktam cha pratideham vyomavat tadekam. Just like Akasha is one only, but is seen to be in a constricted, finite form in pot, house, etc. But Akasha is one only. In the same way, Brahman one only, but then is appearing to be different in so many bodies. Bhuteshu sarva pranishu vibhaktamiva cha sthitam deheshveva vibhavyamanatvat. Brahman is available in all the bodies, and it is appearing to be different in each body, but this statement is made in the Shastram because Brahman can be recognized in the body alone, because Brahman cannot express itself through anything. But then bodies are there through which it can express itself, and through which we can infer the availability of Brahman. That is, Astitvam of Brahman can be recognized this way. Bhuta Bhartricha Bhutani Vibhartiti Tat Jnayam Bhuta Bhartricha Sthiti Kale. That is, in the Sthiti, that is, after Srishti, there is the Sthiti Kala. That is, the created cosmos has to be maintained, supported. And Brahman is the one which supports. So now we go to the next shloka. Kincha Sarvatra Vidyamanamapi Sat Na Upalabhyate Chet Neyam Tamattarhi Na Kim Tarhi. So, okay. So even if it is available everywhere, if it is not cognized or if it is not available or appreciable for some people, can we conclude that it is something like darkness? Nyayam tamas tarhi tamaha. Tamaha is darkness. So darkness is not something which is cognized as light is cognized. So is it? Can we say that this Nyayam Brahman is tamas? For that the reply is no, it is not tamas. Then what else? What else it is? That is for that the some more ways in which we can comprehend Brahman that are being stated. Those are being stated in the next sloka. Jyotishamapi tad jyotihi tamasa paramuchyate jnanam gneyam jnanagamyam kriti sarvasya vitthidam. So this is also a kind of a conundrum type of sloka. Jyotishamapi tad jyotihi. That is, we see a lot of luminous bodies in the creation, like sun, moon. The Upanishads talk of the lightning also to be a form of light itself. So it is also a source of light, or it's a very bright light, even a lamp, etc., etc. So the Upanishad says that it is the light of all these lights. So all these lights in creation, they are all created lights in the sense they have come into being through the Prakriti, but they are luminous. But then this Brahman is the light of those lights also. So we should not again commit the mistake of considering this Brahman to be some physical light. No. So because of Brahman alone, the luminous bodies are also what they are. So the luminous bodies are what they are only because of Brahman being in their substratum or in their core content. So Brahman is the one which is which enables these luminous bodies to be luminous. For that matter, everything in creation, according to the Gita itself or the Shastram, everything is what it is because of Brahman. Like for example, water is of the nature of fluidity, being cold always, because the Shastram always considers water to be Shita, not to Ushna, because Ushnim for water comes because of contact with fire, but naturally by itself it is Shita only, Shita Sparsha. So in that way, the fluidity of water is because of Brahman, and the hardness of a stone, for example, of Prakriti, the Prithvi is, the Upanishad says. Anyway, here Jyotish is taken because it's very, very prominently seen by us everywhere. The sun cannot be missed by anybody. So Jyotishamapi tad jyotishi tamasa paramuchyate, and it is beyond tamas. It is beyond darkness. Jnanam jneyam jnanagamyam kriti sarvasya vrishtitam. This Brahman is available in everybody's heart. It is for experience. It is jnanam. Jnana means it has to be taken as the means for knowing Brahman. That is amanitvam, adambitvam, what was stated before. So Brahman is available in everybody's heart as jnanam, as jneyam, and as jnanagamyam. These three terms will be explained by the Bhashyam. We will look into it now. Jyotisham Adityadinam api tati jneyam jyotihi. So it is the Jyotish, or it is the light of all lights, that is Aditya, that is Surya. So Adipadena, Chandra, Vidyut, Agni, all have to be taken. So this light is the one which is enabling all this, or which is making it possible for all these physical luminous bodies to be what they are. Atma Chaitanya Jyotisha Idhanihi Adityadini Jyotimshi Dipyante Yena Surya Stapati Tejase Dhaha. Taitri Brahmanam is citing one or two statements from the Veda itself. So Atma Chaitanya, and then another statement he is making is Tasya Bhasa Sarvamidam Vibhati Ityadi Shrutibhyaha. Smriteshcha Ihaiva. In the Gita itself, we have this statement Yadadityagatam Tejaha Jagat Bhasayate Akilam Yachandramasi Yachagnav Tat Tejo Vidhi Mamakam. And here, so this statement is in the Gita itself. So Bhagavad Pada is quoting three statements here, just as a sample. One from the Veda Purva Bhaga, the Upanishad Bhaga, and one is from the Smriti, that is the popular Smriti is Gita. So in these statements, we can see the meaning of these citations. Atma Chaitanya Jyotisha Idhani I Adityadini Tejo Jyotimshi Dipyante. So the Taittiriya Brahmanam says, Yena Suryas Tapati Tejase Daha. So the Anvaya is Yena Tejasa Iddaha Sanne Surya Tapati. So Surya is bright and luminous, being lighted or ignited by this Brahman. So Yena refers to Brahman. So Yena Tejasa, the Tejas of Brahman. Again, we should not confuse it to be the light or physical light of Brahman. No, that is not the idea. The very power or the very nature of Brahman is the one which is making Surya, etc. to be luminous. So we have to go a little deeper and see some more things here. The Prakriti, that is the Mula Prakriti, through its Panchabhutas and all that, that has created the sun, moon, etc., and fire, etc. in the creation. No doubt. They are having their own special attributes, like being luminous and all that. Like just as the sun is luminous, we can't see a stone to be luminous. No, that's not the way. So everything is created by Prakriti in whatever way it is meant to be created. But then all these things can get a existence only because of Brahman. That is the idea. So Prakriti itself is stated to be in our Shastra to be Jada and also Aswatantra. It is not Swatantra, it is Aswatantra. That means it is dependent on Brahman. So when Prakriti itself is dependent on Brahman for its existence, what to speak of the products of Prakriti, evolutes of Prakriti for their existence. So what actually is here meant is, when the Surya example is taken, even there, what is ultimately meant is Surya also exists because of Brahman. Because Surya has got such a very powerful, very special nature of being so very luminous, it's being quoted as an example. And even for that Surya to be so luminous, Brahman is the cause, ultimate cause. What Brahman is behind the luminosity of the Surya. That's how we have to take it. So Yena Suryaha Tapati Tejasedaha, this is from the Taittiriya Brahmanam. Then from the Mundaka Upanishad, Tasya Bhasa Sarvamidam Vibhati. Tatra Suryo Bhati na Chandra Tarakam Nema Vidyuto Bhanti Kutoyam Agnihi Tameva Bhantam Anubhati Sarvam Tasya Bhasa Sarvamidam Vibhati. That is the whole mantra of the Mundaka Upanishad. So what it says is Na Tatra Suryo Bhati, that is Surya, which is able to illuminate the whole world, is incapable of illuminating Brahman. That is the idea. So, na tatra Surya bhati, na Chandra tarakam. Chandra also cannot do that. Taraka light, stars also can't do that. So, na Chandra tarakam. Nema vidyuto bhanti, vidyuto vapi. That is, even lightning cannot illumine Brahman. So, that is the idea. So, when these things are able to illumine the whole world, but they are not able to illumine Brahman, that Brahman is the one which is at the back of these luminous bodies. That is the idea. Tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. Tasya bhasa, again, because of the luminosity of, in quotes, of Brahman alone, all these luminous bodies are luminous. So this is the meaning of that Shruti mantra. Ityadi Shrutibhya. Smriteshcha ihaiva yadadityagatam tejaha jagat bhasete akhilam yachandramasya yachagnav tat tejo vidhi mamakam. Here also it's only a restatement of the Mundaka Upanishad mantra in Gita. So yadadityagatam tejaha. So the tejas in Aditya is actually Brahman's tejas. That is the idea. Ityadehe. Tamasaha ajnanat param asprishtam uchate. And then it is beyond tamas. And tamas is here not the physical darkness, it is ajnanam, that is the ignorance, darkness of ignorance. So Brahman is beyond ignorance. Aditya varnam tamasah parastat, that is the statement in the Purusha Sutta. There also Aditya varnam means it is not of the color of Surya. What is meant is it is Svaprakasha Swarupam. Tamasaha ajnanat param asprishtam uchate. It is untouched by ignorance. Then jnanadehe dussampadana buddhya prapta avasadasya uttambhanartham aha. Now Bhagavad Gita is making a statement very compassionately by saying that Bhagavan himself is compassionately making a statement here. What is that? It is the second line of the sloka. Jnanadehe tusampadya sampadana vidya. Jnanadi means the means for attaining Brahman, and the Brahman itself. They are extremely difficult to be attained. The very means also are very difficult to cultivate. And with those means we have to comprehend Brahman. That is also very difficult. So when a person feels a little discouraged, it's also very difficult. So when the sadhaka feels a little discouraged that all these things are so difficult to practice and make oneself equipped with these things and then to know Brahman, it is also very difficult and it's beyond me. For that, Bhagavan is saying that you don't have to worry. All these are there within you itself. That is the idea. So, Anadehe Dusampadana Buddhya Prapta Avasadasya, for someone who is feeling discouraged, Uttamanartha, by way of or giving a prompt, Bhagavan says, Jnanam Amanitwadi. So that by the word Jnanam in this sloka, what we have to take is Amanitvam, Adambitvam, etc., which are stated by Bhagavan himself as Jnanam. So he has called them Jnanam because they are means to Jnanam. So Jnanam, Amanitwadi, that is means to Jnanam. Then Jnayam Yattat Pravakshami, this is the one which is to be known. That is Brahman, Nirguna Brahman, Ityadina Uktam. Then Jnana Gamyam is another word in this sloka. Jnanam, Jnayameva Jnatam Sate, Jnana Phalamiti, Jnana Gamyam Uchate. So, what is the difference between Jnayam and Jnana Gamyam is, Jnayam is the one which is shown to be the goal. And Jnana Gamyam is the same goal when it is attained. So, before attainment it is called Jnayam. After attainment it is called Jnana Gamyam. That's all. That's the one. That's all the difference between. So three things Bhagavan says that they are already in you. That's very, very important and so beautiful also, and very surprising also. Jnana. So Jnayamanam to Jnaya. So Jnayamanam to Jnayam. Bhagavan says, Bhagavad says that what is known, what comes to be known finally is Jnayam. So this Jnayam is the one which is when known it is called Jnanagamyam in this sloka. So, etate trayamapi kriti buddhau sarvasya pranijatasya vishtitam visheshena sthitam tatreva hi trayam vibhavyate. So, all these three, that is the means to knowledge and the Brahman, which is shown as a goal, and Brahman that is realized. All these three are available in the person's heart itself. That is, a person is already having them. The only thing that a person has to do is to bring them out, in the sense to make them patent. They are all latently available, but to make them patent is the whole of sadhana. So it is not something from outside that shamadhamadi and all that will come to a person. It is all within oneself. It is possible for him to cultivate them and bring them out, in the sense to make them patent. So all these are available within us itself. So that is the Tadetat Trayamapi Jnanam, Jnayam and Jnanagamyam Kriti Buddhau Sarvasya Buddhau. It is available in everybody's antakarana. Pranijatasya Vishtitam Visheshena Sthitam. So for a person who is totally ignorant of Brahman, in him also these things are there. When someone is trying to obtain the truth through the Shastram, for him also it is there inside. The first category will not make any attempts to bring them out because he doesn't even know that they are inside him. The second category will come to know through this Shastram that it's all there inside him. Only thing is he has to remove the coverings, that's all. So it's all covered by Rajas and Tamas and all that. So all these, when they are addressed in the proper way, all these will shine forth themselves. So Pranijatasya Vishtitam Visheshana Sthitam Tatrevihi Sarvam Satrayam Vibhavite. This Bhagavad Pada is adding one more statement to make it even more effective. When a person cultivates Amanitvam, Adambitvam and all that, they are there available for him. He can know. Outside people may not be able to see, know that. But then for a person who has cultivated them, for him, he can very clearly know that it is there within him. So it is experienceable within him only. And the Jnayam Brahman also is experienceable within him only, both as the Paroksham and the Aparoksham. So both stages of this Jnanam can be experienced in himself. That is the beauty. So Jyotishamaphi tat Jyotihi Tamasah Paramuchyate Jnanam Jneyam Jnanagamyam. Conclude this session. Shastram Sharirami-mamsa Devastu Parameshwaraha Acharya Shankaracharyaha Chantu me Janma Janmani Yavine Sampannam Vitaragam Vivekinam Vande Vedanta Tatpagnam Vidushekara Bharatim Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Idam Shariram Kaunteya Kshetramit Abhidiyate Etadyo Veti Tam Prahuhu Kshetragneti Tadvidaha Om Tatsat.